Hello, hello, hello.
Merry Christmas, my friend. I see my star is falling.
Oh my God. I'm watching you in the wings and I'm like, he's adding stuff. He's totally adding
Oh,
stuff.
just the glasses, but this is all built into the hoodie, into the sweatshirt. I'm kind of a tilted star, if you will.
Yeah, I
Not
love it.
haven't been drinking anything yet this morning, so
Is the nose attached to the glasses?
it is. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that's all one piece. It's just a little chain that. Yeah.
Oh
Merry
my gosh, I
Christmas.
love it. Walter and I were gonna dress up for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of
There
you.
we go.
Um, if you haven't figured out, we are not live. We are
Wow.
pre-recorded for you this evening, so we can enjoy the holidays as well. But we wanted to bring you something. I was gonna dress up, and then I was flying all week for work, and I did not have a chance to get anything. But I was saving my new hat for Christmas, so I thought I'd wear my new hat from Boston Scally. So this one I think is apple pie. Baker Boy apple pie is what this one is called. So I figured it was appropriate for the holiday.
Boston Scally is a great company, and I actually know the mother of the guy who started it.
For real?
Waltham resident, yep, goes to actually is a bartender at my little watering hole restaurant down the street, Grassfields. I know her quite
Oh,
well, Miss Tina.
that
Yeah.
that is so cool. I love their hats. Absolutely love their hats. Went for coffee this morning with Sandy, and she gave me a couple pins because I'm starting to get a little collection going, and she got me a Boston Scally pin. I'm like, what? You've got to be kidding. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's
So I
Sandy.
haven't
She's
put it on. I'll
so
have to put it on
sweet.
my hat. I know, I know. Um, well, I know this is pre-holiday, but I'm hoping you have a great holiday season, and get some little R&R. I think you said you got you're working Monday and then you're off the rest of the
And then
week.
I'm off, and I don't go back until January 5th. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
Good
I
for
like
you.
to take this time off, because the past couple of work weeks have been really busy working on getting
Oh
our
yeah.
budget started for the next fiscal year, and our long range look at the numbers. So it's been busy, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to some downtime and lots of crafting time, and just taking it easy.
Yeah. Same. I think this was my last trip for the year, so I don't fly for like a month, which well, fingers crossed unless something pops up, but
Yeah.
looking forward to just a little break and some R&R and get caught up in other
Nice.
stuff. So, same.
Nice. And are you heading to Atlanta?
I am. Yeah, right. I should be in Atlanta by the time this airs. So I will leave for Atlanta day after Christmas, and then I'll be there till like the 8th of January. So
Wonderful. Nice.
yeah, yeah. I will say I was coming through Atlanta flying home yesterday, and the weather is much different than it is here in Minneapolis. So I'm looking forward to. I think it was -8 or 8 degrees here this morning. So I'm looking forward to the 50s and
Wow.
60s again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, we've got some cool cards today,
Yeah,
this
we
evening
do.
for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And I think we were chatting beforehand. Everything seems to be out of the inspiration box, I think, this time around. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
Yep.
should we
And
head to the down table and get started for everybody?
let's do it.
All right. We'll switch our view here. This one seems to give us better for the down cam. There we go.
Let's see. I'm going to move that light to the side. There we go. That'll be better.
So, um, inspiration box for you this month. So this is the December inspiration box. This is the Stitched with Love set. Um, a very unique set, I will say that. But some great stamps that go with this. So
Mhm.
just, I was thinking about this when we were playing the intro. Um, just so everybody's aware, I think there was something sent out by Heather. So inspiration box prices are going to be going up for next year. But I honestly still for the price, I get the inspiration box monthly, and you get your money's worth. I think on these, you always get a paper pad, you always get a 6x8 stamp. Then there are usually extras that coordinate, whether it be a consumable. This time around, it's some foilable panels and things. So I think the value is still there, because you just get a full set, a matching set, which is kind of nice to have.
Yep.
So this one is your Stitched with Love set. Um, I think you've got the product too, right?
I do. Yeah.
So Quilted Keepsakes is your paper pad. Really fun paper pad. If you like bright colors, you're gonna love this paper pad. And so you've just got some really great patterns. I think you're using this one. This was one of my favorites in this one.
Yeah.
Um,
The flowers are great.
mhm. Some really great quilted patterns. This one was designed by a person um, that takes pictures of fabric and turns them into paper and digitals and things. So Christopher hired this lady to do this, and I just think these
Oh,
are just amazing. Yeah, so these are pictures of actual like quilts and
awesome.
fabrics. Mm-hmm. It's a little
Awesome.
fun fact, I guess, on that one. Um, then the stamp set, Stitched with Love. You've just got some great a spool of thread, your pin cushions, some quilted patterns, thimble. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 sentiments with this one. Just geared around. There's some thank you, love you, a friendship one. So you've got kind of a cross section of sentiments for occasion on this one.
Hmm.
As always, you do get 5 card bases with your inspiration box. You're going to get coordinating cardstock. They're going to be full sheets of paper. Mine are already cut up because I've used them for my sample and prepping for this card. So this one came, and I don't know the names of these. So there's a nice kind of a red, deeper red, not quite cherry Christmas red, and then a nice butter creamy kind of yellow that came with this. One sheet of each, I think, is what this one was. Then it comes with these foilable panels. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 or 8. So I think I've used two, one or two, with some couple different patterns here to use. I think that was it on that, wasn't it?
I think so. Yep. Yep. And
And
then it
then
looks like you used a couple of other products.
yep. So then I'm adding to mine. I'm using the nestable ovals. I'm using I used a rainbow foil on my sample. For this card, I'm using the circus foil, which as of today, a couple days here before Christmas, is in stock to foil my foilable panel with, and then some twine, but that's just my stash. I'm not
Nice.
sure. You added a couple things to yours, correct?
I did, yeah. So I used some different paper. I did use, I have some of the old lunch bag in stock. So I'm using lunch bag as my card base. I'm also using cabbage as a card panel. And then I am using some of the chipboard that came available in this release. And the only thing I'm using from it is I wanted to give a 3D effect to the needle that on the thread spool. So I'm using one of the chipboard needles. So yeah, that's what I'm using, as well as some twine and some buttons from my stash.
Cool. Lunch bag. Why do I feel like we haven't used a lunch bag forever? You and I. You and I were on like a lunch bag kick for a while.
Yeah, I think we may have stopped when the new colors came out, and we were like, I think there's still some lunch bag in stock. I actually ordered some, and it's just slightly different from the new one, which is the new color waffle cone.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot we got those new colors, but we haven't used any
Yeah.
craft. We were using phone book and stuff for a lot for
Hmm.
a while. Um,
Yep.
yeah, we just totally, I feel like we did like a 180 on some of our colors and our stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think as we switched into the holidays, we were using more of the reds and greens, and yeah. Would you like
True.
to share your sample?
Oh, yes, look at me. I'm just like excited to
That's
get started in
okay.
embossing.
That's
I'm like
okay.
just prepping already. Yes. I did a fun fold because I just felt like Walter's been doing so many fun folds. I had to get back on the fun fold kick. Um, I'm actually casing this card, and I forgot to look before you and I started recording, so I'm gonna go back and look. I found it on Pinterest, and I'll give credit where credit is due on this one, and I'll put it in the link of I'm casing it, but I modified a couple things on this one of how
Mhm.
her layout was. So yeah, this is my fun fold, and then it just layers out. You open it up to the inside where you've got space to write. I added some embossing from the stamp set. I've added
Oh.
that foil panel behind here. She
Mhm.
had on the cased card, it was embossed. There was a white embossed piece, but I wanted to use the cardstock and things, so I cased it, but changed about 3 things on it. So that
Okay.
is my card. And
That's
this is
really cute.
essentially this is the card itself. It's not on a card base. Um, you probably could, pardon me. Where's the card bases? You probably could. I mean, how would that look if you put that on a? Oh, it'd probably double open though, wouldn't it? Like if I put this on a card base.
Oh, well, you know what you could do is do a top fold.
What do you mean?
If you did, like,
Oh,
my card is a top fold card base, you
oh
could
yeah, yeah.
and then you would open it up. So yes, it would be a double open, but it would seem to, like, since you're although you're flipping that to the side. So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
either way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I guess you could, if I did it, well, if you did a top fold, you could switch this top fold this, and then so you could have a double there, or you could do a double
Hmm.
here, like
Yep.
this. But it looked like on hers, this was the card. So it's almost like you're putting it on a card front, but this is your card. Is what
Awesome.
it feels like. Yeah. So that's mine.
I think it's a great design. I really like it, Shawn.
Thank you.
Mine is a pretty simple design. And what I did is I took just that cabbage card panel, put it onto the craft base. I cut a smaller piece of the patterned paper, and then I punched some holes and just did a very simple, like, loop through with some twine to make it look like a stitched panel. Added buttons into the corners, and then colored the spool of thread and the needle. And then what I did is I placed I colored the needle a silver metallic, and then cut it to put it onto the spool to cover up the needle that was there, just to give it some added dimension. So, and I finished it off with "Thanks a Stitch." Pretty simple, but just to show that you can make some really simple card designs that are really pretty, especially when you have these beautiful flowers, stitched flowers in the background.
Yeah.
Um, and it doesn't take that long.
Yeah. What is the chip? Is the spool? Is that just the chipboard piece? The spool?
No, so that's stamped, and what I did is I put some glossy accents on it to like make it give it a little shine. And the chipboard is just this needle part. I cut it into
Oh,
3 sections and glued it on top of the needle that's in the stamp.
gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, just
Cool.
a
Cool.
quick fun design.
Yeah, I added. You probably saw, but I added the thread. I stamped it out, embossed it, watercolored it to look brown, and then I wrapped the actual twine around my spool, for that dimension
Yeah,
too.
that's awesome. I have some embroidery floss that I use in cards sometime, and I thought about doing that. And at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I already have the twine being stitched around the panel. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I think my foil should be heated up or my machine here. I have so many pieces of foil that I haven't used before. So like this, I've never done this polka dot one, and so I'm anxious to see
Oh,
just on the pattern how that looks.
okay. Yeah, it's I've used it. It's fun. I believe it came out during the Big Top release.
Oh, we did Big Top a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and
that's right.
actually it had geez, was that we used it, but I think it had already been released after we used it. It was like using a prior release, I think,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
Yeah.
Yep. That was kind
Yep.
of at the beginning, I think, wasn't it? And then we were trying to find like get in the groove and then use some old stuff
Yeah,
as we were waiting for other stuff. Yeah, that's right.
exactly. Yep. But I'm always happy when I can find kind of a simple design that's pretty unique. Um, and I actually have a few acquaintances that are quilters. And so this is, I think this could be a really fun card to give to one of them. So,
Well, and there's so many, I think, pardon me, we have so many crafter card makers that are, I mean, when I went to that craft day here locally with Sandy and Colette, I mean, there
mhm.
was two people like in the corner. They brought their sewing machines and were quilting in the corner. Um, so it crosses over, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
cut these out.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I've seen some of the quilts that these folks make, and I mean, they're just spectacular. Really, really gorgeous, and I I am so impressed, and I can understand why a handmade quilt like that is so expensive. You know, I've had people say to me like, "Oh my gosh, you know, I've seen some of so and so's work, but you know, it's like $1,000 for a quilt or something." There's a reason why. It's a ton of
Well,
and material.
yeah. And the hours, I can't even imagine how many hours goes into one, like a big quilt. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you think about our cards, sometimes our cards can take up to an hour, if not more. You know.
Oh yeah, yep. So to make the holes that I'm gonna run the twine through, I just used my trusty paper punch and kind of just spaced them out, trying to be like across from each other and kind of evenly placed. If you don't have a paper punch, you could very easily just use like I call it like my pick tool, and punch a small hole and then feed a needle and either thread or twine through that. But I personally like the look of the punched holes just to make it fun and make it easier.
We both nabbed on to the adding string to ours.
Yeah, I mean it's the perfect release to do that. So
Hmm. It'd be fun. I actually have my sewing machine here with me. I can't believe I didn't think of it until now. It would actually be fun to just like mixed media style and sew a card, like sew a whole bunch of thread on one, zigzag it all over.
absolutely, yeah, that would be fun. I have never used a sewing machine. Um so I only the only sewing I ever do is just to sew a small hole or
Yep.
reattach a button. That's about it. That's the extent of my sewing skills.
I have just done straight stitching to make a hem at the bottom of a curtain kind of thing, and that's about it.
Oh,
Um,
hey, that's more than I've done.
I'm off camera. I'm just getting my die cutting done here. Um,
I'm going pretty heavy with the black ink on my sentiment just because this time I'm putting it, the first time it was in a much lighter spot. This time I'm putting it kind of over some green. And so I want to make sure that, it's going to stand out. And that helps. So stamping it twice, having a heavy hand helps in that case. I have to say, I did have a lot of fun last week creating with the Theodore stamp and turning it into a Christmas card design, even though it's not a Christmas stamp. So that was a lot of fun to do.
I was so bummed I didn't get to play with that one before
know.
my trip. I've got it now. I mean, it did come in the mail, but I'll have to make some cards because it's so dang cute.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, the post office was not kind to Shawn. And
Nope.
it took quite a while to get to him.
My stuff literally was so. If the stuff is coming from Pittsburgh, I'm in Minneapolis. and mine and Candy's stuff, and Candy's in
Iowa.
Iowa, Ohio, one of those O's.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what did I put on this one? Did I put the needle? I think I put the needle. Um, it was sitting in Kansas City, so like it went past us. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Heather literally was, I would think, about ready to have a conniption fit. She's like,
I
"This makes
know.
no sense whatsoever." Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It
No.
sat in, oh God, Olathe or something, Kansas City for like 2, 3 days.
Ugh. So to make things easier, I used a bigger um, kind of needle that um, it actually came in like used for thicker fabrics, but I liked that it had a nice big eye at the top and I could easily get my twine through. So I then just feed it through. You don't even really need the needle if you don't have one. You could easily work the twine around on your own, but I do find that the needle helps with just guiding it through. And I'm just going around the one time just to you could definitely go around twice or more if you would like to. But I thought that, and I did on my sample card, but this time just go around the one time. Um, I think that's the amount of twine I'm going to have enough to do. Um, and then what you can do is once you're done with that, make sure that you tie it on the back so that the little knot will be hidden um, and no one will see it. And it will be hidden because I'm going to use foam tape to prop this particular panel up um, to give some space for the twine that's behind there. So pretty easy. You just don't want to tie it too tight so that you cause your panel to like arch a bit. But just a simple knot, a snip on each end, and you'll be good to go.
I stamped out the heart and the needle, embossed it with gilded. I'm just taking aqua pigments straight to paper. No, I'm not. I just misted my brush. I'm using Berry Bloom, which a great pink, really great pink. I don't know how new it is. It's new to me. Blue, red, violet, and then I mix a little red, violet, and pink for my other color. So I'm just going straight to paper and coloring in the patterns here. Not wetting the paper down or anything like that.
I can't wait to see what you think of your foiled panel.
Oh yeah, I can peel and reveal here in a second for sure. Oh, you know what? Probably should grab a little water just to rinse my brush. Got some new aqua pigments and I am loving it. I got the metallic collection.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, super fun. I did them on our card for New Year's. I used the copper penny
I love that
and
one.
yes, I love it.
Last year, Christopher had come out with one called Gingerbread that was a metallic brown. And I loved it, but it was like a limited edition. And so for any of my projects, I can't use it since it's no longer in stock. Um, but I absolutely loved that one. If you like the penny, you would love the gingerbread.
Oh, I love that. That copper pin. Oh, I love it. And I mean, the copper penny embossing powder, even I love. So
Oh yeah. Yep. Me too.
Real simple aqua coloring on this. Just kind of filling in the lines. Nothing, no shading, no fancy stuff. Just a simple color.
You know, what I love about this set is it gives you a lot of artistic options. And what I mean by that is obviously any set does, but this one, with its patterns on the paper, with the overall theme of like stitching, I just feel that it opens up and allows you to do things that maybe you haven't tried before because maybe you're a little bit more clean and simple. And if you are, you can try something different like stitching, you know, around the card panel or something like that. I hope I don't sound silly, but I just feel like it really opens up your artistic options.
Well, and honestly, like when I said sewing on this, I didn't even think of this. And you could, if I'm looking at this now, this would be actually, this would look good with some mixed media kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But it's still simple enough. Like you could make a real simple card with this and have it very cute and simple.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you watch Emily in Paris, but as they say on that show, very, very cutesy, very demure.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, let's see. I need to find some markers. Let's see. Let's try these. Coloring this.
I'm taking the quilted chunks just on a block. I don't care if this is perfect or not. Even on my one, I've got some. It almost looks faded kind of pieces, and just because it's a quilt, I figured that was fine. Um, I don't use a block too often, so and I'm just gonna do kind of a rando pattern on this, and I did one, and then I do a second. With that one, I was off the edge, so let's just redo that one. There we go. So as this is playing on Christmas, what are your plans? Do you have tradition that you normally do? What would you be doing right about now as we're live on TV?
Yes. So right now, while we are live, I will have seen my family the day before on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, I will be going to see some friends, and on Christmas night, as this is playing, I will be at my friend with my friends Anna and Dave and my friend Danielle. We have a tradition of, since we are the friends that are childless, we get together on Christmas night, the four of us, and have some wine and some apps and just lots of laughs. So that's what I'll be doing. How about you?
Well, this year, I will fly out Friday the 26th to go back to Atlanta and be with Scott. And then I know we've got some things planned with friends and probably New Year's with friends. Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, I'm here in, excuse me, here in Minneapolis. I'm on call still.
Oh, okay.
So I will probably just be hanging. I have a friend that's invited me over. He's having a kind of the same thing, like a little friends gathering
Mm-hmm.
for Christmas, and so he's like, "Well, since you're on call and not doing anything, just come on over." So I'll probably go over there, and I want to stamp that off. I'm having a hard time talking and stamping. So I think I'll just go. He's gonna have, I don't know if it's a full dinner or apps or what, but it's just come for dinner time, and it's really chill. It's just friends. So
Nice.
so same kind of thing.
Awesome.
I can't go too far since I'm on call. So
Yeah. Oh, well,
it
hopefully there
comes with
will
it.
be no no phone calls to you requesting your services.
Right. Usually day of, you're pretty good.
Good.
Most of it's planned out, you know.
Okay.
All right, so I just did a little quilted kind of pattern on my other piece that goes on the cover. And I'm assuming these friends are local for you, so I'm assuming you don't need to travel or anything.
Yes, yeah, no. They're local. They're maybe 20 minutes away, so not bad at all.
Okay.
Um and we always have a great time. A couple of few years back, we just like kept chatting and laughing, and before we knew it, it was 3 a.m.
Oh,
and
nice.
I left. And I mean, that's the last time we did that because we were all so tired the next day. But yeah, I mean, it's a great time. We really enjoy it. But since turning 50, I cannot do those kinds of I can't do those late hours anymore.
I hear you. That's what we were just saying that before we started because we're like Walter and I were like, are we going live on New Year's? And I mean, I said unless you're too hungover, and he's like, oh please. He goes, he's like, I'll be in bed by midnight. I said I'd probably. We both agreed we'd probably be in bed long before that anyway.
Although I do have to say, there's a possibility I could be up a little bit later. There is a crafting marathon happening with another group. And I wasn't quite sure what my plans would be yet, but I was asked if I'd be interested in teaching a 90-minute session. But um, with my luck, I didn't want to get assigned a late time and be up until 3 in the morning crafting.
Yep.
So I don't know that I'll be partaking in that or not. Um, but
Is it like a hop, or is it just kind of a bunch of people teaching classes, or what is it?
it's a bunch of people teaching classes. It's Alta New does a New Year's Eve get together that you can drop in and join, and you can stay for as long as you'd like. So,
I think Tracy, I can't remember her full tag, had sent me something saying she's doing a watercolor something or on that, I think.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, was it Tracy from down in Florida? Tracy?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, you know Tracy?
Well, friends just via friends on Instagram, and I had
Oh,
did a
okay.
30-day watercolor challenge, and I was posting it about a year ago or so, and she messaged me saying, "Hey, you've inspired me. Can I watercolor along with you for 30 days and tag you?" And then I'm like, "Well, join. Let's just
Oh,
do it." And then me and her and another lady joined in, and so the three of us were doing a 30-day watercolor thing.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then we just started Tracy something with flowers or something is her name. If we're talking about the
Oh,
same one.
we may not be talking about the same one. I thought maybe you were talking about Tracy's Joyful Paper something.
No, let me look.
Okay.
Let me look. Let's see. She had sent me. Oh yeah, Tracy's Joyful Paper Crafting. Yep.
Yes, same Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her. We were both going through the AECP program at the same time,
Yeah.
and we became friends. And she's a great instructor.
Yeah, I logged in for one that she did. I didn't follow along because I didn't really have the any of the alternate stuff she was using, but I just watched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did a nice job, and
Yeah,
she's just so nice too.
she is.
Her and a unique something I can't remember.
Oh,
Just
Liz
yes,
Ortiz.
yes,
Yes,
yes. They
yes.
started doing the my. It was just my own little personal watercolor challenge, and I was posting, and they're like, "Can we join in?" I'm like, "Yeah, heck yeah."
Oh, two very talented and two very very nice folks.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? I accidentally cut my string off the end of the needle, so
Oh no.
that's okay. Because you know what? I'm and my needle is just going to be stored in my thread, ready to be used the next time.
Yep.
So I'm turning lemons into lemonade here. I didn't have that issue on the first one I did, but well, things happen.
Yes.
And when you're live, you just go with it.
Yeah, that's right. My sentiment, I changed up my sentiment for this one. Did the Love You to Pieces from the stamp set. I did not do this one in Gilded as my other card. I did it in, I think this is orange peel. Yeah, orange peel embossing powder just to get some orange and match the paper and things on that.
I love when you open up the chipboard pieces from Brutus Monroe. They have like a little burn smell because of them using the laser to cut them.
Yep.
And I just love that smell. It
I
almost
did too.
smells like the beginning of a fire um, as the wood is just catching on.
Yep.
Oh,
It's like that smell, like when you open the coffee for the first time and you get that little puff
oh
of
goodness.
air in the coffee grounds. I always think the same thing when opening the chipboard.
Oh yeah. And that coffee smell is one of my favorites.
I know, I know. It's just that first time when you open up the can.
Yeah. And I don't get that anymore because I pretty much just use K cups
Oh
in my
yeah.
Keurig. So I don't get that smell as much. So okay. So you're going to end up breaking the needle into pieces in order to because it doesn't go all the way through. You could just put it all the way through, but what I want to do is have it look like, instead of covering up those pieces of thread, I want it to look like it's actually like through that as it was drawn. And so I just break it up into pieces that will allow you to cover up that needle that's already there. And you just put your glue down. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's basically just laying it and getting it into place.
I'm just wrapping my spool. I did use brown watercolor to mimic just the wood on the ends of the spool. I'm just wrapping it. Same with when Walter did his. You just want to be careful not to go too tight, so it doesn't start bending your paper.
Yeah.
And then I just threaded it up through all of this again. And then I just glued it to the back of the needle to give it that visual of it that it had been threaded through the needle. And I just left that one little piece dangling. If I can get it to stick this time, let's just use some tape. There we go.
I'm so happy to know that you know Tracy and Liz. They are just wonderful people. Sitting
Is
here,
that funny? And
yeah.
just by circumstance, I mean, literally, Tracy saw me do the watercolor, reached out, and then she's like, "I have a friend that would like to join. Do you mind?" And she reached out to Liz, and then I mean, they comment and like my posts all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Two of the nicest people. They're very supportive. They both hold free workshops through Altenew. And yeah, just all about supporting others, and I like
Nice.
to support them too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yep. All right. So to piece this together, let me just pick out my paper here. I want, I think I'm gonna do a solid on this one, actually. Let's go that one. Okay, so to piece this together, you get your your red and your yellow. I use the yellow to cut out my ovals. Then I use the red. So what I did with the red is I cut it in 4. So I have my back panel. So I'm getting basically 2 cards plus some with the extras here from this kit. Back panel. Then I take my paper, and so this is just exactly 5.5 by 4.25. Cut that red in 4. Then on one of the red, no, I apologize. I cut it in half and got 2 panels. The other half I folded like a A2 size card. Then I cut that A2 size card in half. Okay, so imagine this double, and then I cut it in half. It opens up this way. Okay, so this is the card that's going to go the flappy thing on the front. And then for that inside panel, I just went 1/8 of an inch less than my card panel. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then I took my foiled panel. Let's just do the peel and reveal on this. Oh, that's cool with the polka dot, actually. Check
That
that
is
out.
very cool. Look at that.
That pattern grabs it just enough. The polka dot looks really good.
It does. Honestly, Shawn, that fits in so well with the paper in that pack.
This is the first time I've used that circus. So that fits this pattern really nice, actually.
Yeah.
So now I take this, and so these are just full panels. These are 4 1/4 by 5.5. And then I just go another 1/8 less. So then, and you could go more. Let's just go a little bit more on this one just to show some extra. So instead of 5 1/4, this is going to be 5 1/8. And instead of 4, this will be 3 7/8. And then before I got to double check because I think this goes behind. Yes. I'm going to glue this to my quilted piece. Checking the order of this just to make sure I'm getting this done right. So now this is going to go on my quilted piece. Your quilted piece is going to go on your, basically what we would know as your card front, but now it becomes our card base because we have the little flippy on this card, like we talked about at the beginning. Center that a little bit better. My trimmer's starting to fray. I think I got time to change out that blade.
Change the blade. Yep.
Yeah. Then now you have your card base that's cut in half. So essentially you're going to have 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, right? So now you want to cut a piece that's going to fit in there, and I'm going to use this solid on this one.
I
And I
actually
just
love
did,
that square.
huh?
I love that square of the
This one?
paper. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a pinky orange.
Yeah.
And now this one needs to be, let's see, math is hard. 4 1/4. I went 1/8 of an inch less. And 2 3/4 minus 1/8. Oop. I don't think I cut that in the right spot, did I? Oh, I did. And this goes down onto your, basically your, what is becomes your flippy of your card. And then before you glue this down to this, you want to put this behind here. Oops, it slipped on me. This goes behind before you glue this down. So I just eyeball the center. You can measure it if you want, I suppose.
I usually just use my eyes.
Yeah, I'm not going to measure exact. Couple layers on this, so this is starting to get gets a little thick. So now when you glue this, don't trim this off. You're going to have a little overhang on this if you've got it nice and tight, because what you want is this needs to align with my back base. So it is going to be slightly larger. So it should look, basically you want this to look kind of seamless. And this one, like so, and it just gives me a little bit, that 1/8 of an inch. You're not going to have a huge border on this. I modified what I saw, so you could definitely modify this if you wanted to and just go smaller with bigger borders. You would just have to then adjust what you're doing for this piece, because I'll show you how this lines up. And I didn't want to mess with measurements too much and then have to worry about figuring this piece out. All right, now, whoops, what happened here? Glue that down. What you want is you want this inside panel to be not visible when this is closed. So what I did is I glued this one down first on my outside and just centered it. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this would be fun just to take a sewing machine and zigzag all over this, especially with these stamps, with that patchwork.
Yep.
Okay, then just match this up behind. And glue. Get it lined up. And then just lay your panel down. And there you have it.
Nice.
Lots of pattern. This is like a this is not easy on the eyes with all this pattern. I think this is so when I did this with all the pattern, I was like, I thought it'd be fun. The one I've cased had more plain white emboss, a white panel embossed, which makes sense because then it has a little bit of reveal of the paper with the white emboss, so it wasn't so hard. But I mean, this is still kind of a fun, just play on patterns, really.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. That is a great design.
There we go. I haven't done a fun
Awesome.
fold forever. Yeah. And you did, have you done final review, reveal on yours?
Not just yet, but it's
Okay.
pretty much the same card. The only difference this time is the background paper. And this time I did the one loop through with the twine. I actually think I like it better with the two, but try something different and see if you like it or not. But yeah, essentially the same card. So
Yep.
there we have it.
I really like that floral pattern on that
I,
one.
I do too. Yeah, that's
Yep.
really fun.
Yep. I love
And
that.
I think in the panel itself, you actually have the opportunity to be able to fussy cut out like one or two of the flowers in full, which would be a fun thing to do as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could still do these ones and then just lay it off the edge of the paper.
Absolutely. Yep.
The cutoff ones. I mean, it'd be fun to cut these out and then maybe stencil or splatter or you know s- chroma spray the backgrounds and then put some of these up on dimensionals.
Absolutely. Yep.
That'd be a great card. Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. All right. Should we wrap up?
Yeah. Let's head on up.
All right. There we go. Got focus. Well, hopefully you all are enjoying your Christmas evening. Probably stuffed with food and wine and cocktails, hopefully. Um, any final words from you, Walter? For this is our last live of quote unquote live of the year. I just thought of
It
that.
is. Yeah, it's our last one. I just want to thank everyone who has joined us on this journey this year. We started a little after the new year, Shawn and I, on this journey together. I've had a ton of fun doing this. Hope he has as well. And I love that we have built this community of folks that
Hmm.
come in and chat with us and share their creations. And I'd love to see more of that in the next year. But yeah, no, just thank you. Happy holidays, however you celebrate, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate, if you don't, I still wish you peace and happiness at this time.
Yeah, I agree. This has been a journey. Like I don't know about you. I feel like I've learned so much, even just from watching you and the chats and people suggesting stuff. And
Mhm.
I know we're here to present stuff, but I honestly I feel like I've learned so flippin' much by doing this.
Yeah.
Besides the technology part, trying to figure out our faux pas on technology that we've had our fair share of between you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I've just learned so much from Walter and from the team and from just our fans that just keep popping in on Wednesdays and now Thursdays. So I wish you all the best as well. And however you celebrate, I wish you the best and nothing but peace and happiness in 2026 and we hope to return on Thursdays in 2026 and more to come.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Until then, I'll see you next year.
All right, you guys. Bye-bye.